This is an open invitation to the Black community to dialogue about this one specific issue that we seem to avoid. It's the issue of sexual abuse in our community, especially when children are involved. And we need to address this issue. We need to dialogue. I welcome your comments, your criticism, your input, your feedback, because it's something we need to deal with. I'm sure there are other communities that need to address it, but I'm speaking directly to our own group, our own nation, our own tribes. We need to listen to our children when they're talking about someone within the family, touching them inappropriately, saying inappropriate things to them, anything, exposing them to sexual contents of any form. Children are just what they are, children. They require nurturing, appropriate nurturing, to be our future, to take us and lead us into the other frames of dimension. And in order for our children to be able to connect with us, girls and boys, we need to believe them. We need to listen with an open mind, consider what's being told to us, and we need to believe them. Most children are not just going to come to you and tell you that someone has done something, a touch, contents, whatever, who have not been exposed to that type of concept. I know of a situation that was shared to me of a young boy. I know several, but one of a young boy who was sexually assaulted by a police officer that was popularly known. I don't think it's right. And then he was staying with his grandmother, and when he told his grandmother, she was like, "Oh boy, nobody wants your ASS." Instead of her listening, considering what he had to say, realizing that this individual who happened to have a job of a police officer had access to the child when he went to his room and the bathroom. Okay? And because he was a trusted friend, this circumstance was an opportunity for him to predate on this child. What I'm saying to you is that children are vulnerable, and there are adults who predate, who prey on children, who use children for an assortment of inappropriate actions because they're lacking. A child should not have to endure such victimization because an adult or any other individual is lacking within their own characteristic of being. So what I'm saying is that if your daughter or son come to you and inform you that grandpa did so and so. Grandma did so and so. Uncle did so and so. Aunt did so and so. Cousin did so and so. Brother did so and so. Sister did so and so. Friend did so and so. More than likely, they did something. They did something to that child. And that child needs to be shown that they're valuable. And the way you show a child that they're valuable is not only listening, but acting on their behalf to restore and make them whole again in a situation where they were taken advantage of by someone trusted. It's not fair. It's not fair at all. And within our community, we have a tendency to condone or enable by saying, oh, don't go around Uncle so-and-so. Oh, everybody know he's like that. It's not the point of everybody knowing. It's not the point of don't go around. It's the point of protecting the vulnerable within your family, within your community, within your culture, within your civilization, within your society, within the world. So that you can have people who don't, again, create a cycle of violence and abuse, of demoralization and dehumanization. And it's not a thing that can be repaired that easily once it has been committed. Daughters whose father have predated, pounced on them as if they're nothing but an object, some property to be deflowered, demeaned, objectified. They damage that creational aspect of nature that was given as a gift. You don't have the right to touch any child sexually. Find someone of your own group age, of your own peers. Go through the rites of gaining that person's trust, establishing connection, and moving forward together based on common belief systems, religious or spiritual grounds. Don't victimize children and then expect your community to be better. Don't victimize women and expect your community to be whole. Because all you're doing is creating a system of destruction from within. We have axioms of behaviors, other constructs to guide us. We have always had those things because we are humans. So what we need to understand is who we are and not follow other people's cultures of demoralization and dehumanization. We have to protect, guard, and value what is meaningful to us. When two people join together to reproduce of their own kind, that is a valuable, valuable act. And the consequence of that act is more of our kind. Our children are valuable. They're a valuable outcome of who we are that creates a continuation of who we are. In the life cycle, within the universe. If you value yourself, You value your children. You speak, you guide, you listen, you teach, you protect. Time out for all eternity for those people committing acts of violence against our children. Doesn't matter who they are, in or outside of your family or your circles. Our children are precious and are worthy of being whole. And it is we as a nation, we as a village, we as a community who have to start establishing these constructs, these structures and understanding and meeting of minds that we are valuable. We value ourselves. We value our children. We value our women. We value our men. We value our future. We value our generations to come and our generations before us. So we have to start participating in acts of protection. We have to expose those, separate them from amongst us, because then they are not of us. Then they are those who are unequally yoked among us, and they must be separated from us. It is not fair to allow people to come in and destroy your family unit, your loved ones, your community, your tribe, your nation, your group, your culture, by dehumanizing and demoralizing any one of those members. Stand for something or you fall for anything. We have created civilizations. And if you don't believe it, you need to look it up. It's time out. Everything is out in the open. It's time to protect ours. It's time to protect ours. It's time we protect what is valuable to us. Us. Our children are a continuum of us. And we have to protect our children. Protect our children from those among us who are not of us. If they have a racist mentality, they're not of us because they are destructive to our nation, to our tribe, to our community, to our village, to our family. And they must be removed. They must be excommunicated, because this is not our way. This is not our way. We know that our women are valuable. Our women have taken us to the Ma'afa. We know our men are valuable. Our men have suffered and joined with our women through the Ma'afa. We know our children are valuable. They have endured through the Ma'afa. We are valuable. Stop the onslaught of our people. Mentally, emotionally, psychologically, physically. Let's restore and rebuild our people. Blessings. Most peace. The highest peace.